Greetings and blessings, butterflies. Welcome back. I'm Themis Moore, and I'm here with your angel wisdom guidance messages for whenever this reading finds you, it was meant for you. Today, my angels, my beautiful, beautiful butterflies, we're going to see what messages the angels have to offer us. Maybe someone needs some supportive messages. Maybe there's someone out there who need confirmation on something that they have already been feeling. Or maybe someone needs direction on what energy that they need to tap into or use to anchor themselves along this journey. I have already premeditated over the cards, shuffled them off screen. I'm going to shuffle them a bit again on screen, lay them out, and give the messages to you all as Spirit sees fit. I hope you all are ready and we have had a great start to our day, our evening, our week, weekend, whenever this message finds you. I hope that you are tapping into this transformational energy and that you are ready to affirm your journey. Here are these messages. We're going to jump right into these messages from the angels. So here we go. There may be some obstacles that someone may be feeling like they're enduring at this moment. Someone may need to surrender something. All right, my collective. The angels that we have for today is the angel of passion. The universe is always guiding me toward my passions. The next angel we have is the angel of serenity. Everything in and around me is in perfect harmony. All right, my collective. First, we're going to jump into this angel of passion. This angel says that the angels ask you to act and follow what you believe in with all of your heart. You have come to this earth to fulfill a mission, unleash your full potential, and engage in activities that bring you pleasure. So, this angel, to be my butterflies, is saying to us that we are being asked to tap into our passion. We're being asked to follow that fire that burns within us. That fire that allows us to create things, that fire in us that motivates us and gets us to move, that fire that that you have, that you possess, the one that is for your highest good, not the one that derives out of ego or out of fear or anything like that. That type of fire, as I stated, the one that helps you to create your life's purpose, the one that helps you to be able to maneuver through life in a confident way. So, my butterflies, we also have the angel of serenity to accompany this angel of passion. This angel says that you are moving into a time of greater inner peace and tranquility. The angels reassure you that peace of mind is within you. You can feel serene even in the midst of great turmoil. Now, as I was shuffling, the angel of obstacles came up, and the angel of surrender also showed up. So I'm getting the feeling that this is the reason why this angel of serenity is here, to remind us that everything and everyone around us is in perfect harmony. No matter what's happening, no matter what's showing up for us, it's a part of the grand design. It's a part of the orchestrated, divine guidance that we need to move along this journey. So we're being asked to tap into our serenity and understand and trust that everything that's going on is for our highest good, and that we can trust it and tap into having inner peace with that type of knowledge. With this inner peace, we we can um we can relax. We can truly relax and affirm our journey and understand that everything that's going on is meant to go on. So when we put these two angels together about following your passions and your serenity, this is about you understanding that your passions, they speak to you. They are there for a reason. Whatever you're passionate about, that is a part of who you are, and that's a part of the journey and the gifts that you are meant to provide to the rest of us out here. So if you're passionate about something, examples, art, music, you could be passionate about sewing or decorating, or you be passionate about playing sports. Whatever you're passionate about, those type of things, they are things that bring beauty and joy to others. So your passions, not only are they a gift to you, but they're a gift to everyone else around you, because we get to enjoy. If you have something you're passionate about, if a person loves you and cares about you, I do this all the time. I get secondhand happiness. I love to see someone doing what they love and enjoying it. It fills me up inside. It gives me the motivation to want to find my own passions, my own things that's going to make me feel that way. I might not share the same passion as they do. I might not understand, someone being passionate about, let's say, book collecting. I might not feel as passionate about that, but seeing someone find a rare bug or book they've been looking for, or they, created a special species or whatever the case may be, seeing the joy build up in them, how happy it makes them feel, fills me up. If some of that overflow from that cup falls in my cup, and I love that. So our passions, are beneficial to us and others. So Spirit is asking us to act and follow those passions, to use them to fulfill us, to own them with our full potential and go after them in that same energy. And to also incorporate some serenity within it. To have the understanding that everything that's happening is in perfect harmony. Like I said, even if something is not seeming to be matching up with your passions or desires at this time, it's happening in a way that it's supposed to. It's happening in a way for your highest good. Depending on where you are in your journey, it's going to be dependent on how things show up for you. So don't compare your journey to others, because it's all going to be about how you are, what you need, the lessons, the ways you need strengthening that are going to be perfectly designed for you. And in this space of serenity, of you being, tranquil and, peaceful, in this place, you can allow your passions to flourish. You can allow your passions to build momentum. Because when you're in peace and tranquility, you don't have to worry about who's doing what. You understand that that's not any of your business, that that's not any of your concern. And you be okay with that. Because you understand that the things that you are passionate about are going to thrive too. So you have no reason to be distracted or be envious or feel competitive when it comes to someone else's passion, when you have your own peace, your own sound, sane mind of being tranquil in what you have to offer. Because things are going to happen along our journey. That's inevitable. That's a fact, and it's something that we can't change. And a lot of times, most of the time, it's going to be things that we don't like, or things that we may not have been prepared for. But that's a part of the journey. That's a part of the learning experience. If everything was the same all the time, it would be boring. There would be no intensity. There would be no need for passion. There'll be no need for drive. Change comes along and happens for you to create passion, to make you tap into it. That's what change is designed to do. So if you're going through something, if you're experiencing some level of change in your life, embrace it. Use that change and transmute the energy around you into energy that creates and motivates you to go after your passions. Surrender to the change. Understand what the change is meant to do for you. Understand why it's showing up. Why is it here? What do I need to learn about what's happening for me right now? That's going to be the most important part of the journey. Understanding what things that are happening for us when we have to be patient, when we have to be still. A part of that is us understanding why that's needed. And that's the hard part of it. Sometimes we don't understand why we got to be patient. Sometimes we don't understand why we got to be still. But a lot of that patience and stillness is building up your tranquility. It's building the space for you to have peace. Because peace is what you're going to need to fuel your passions. You're going to need that peace of mind and believing in yourself. You're going to need that peace to drown out all of the noise. When you have all that noise in your ear, you can't hear. But when you find your place of peace, you get messages that you weren't able to previously hear. And sometimes all of that noise in your ear isn't external. A lot of times all that noise in your ear is those negative, repetitive ways that you have your self-talk with yourself. Those stories that you keep remembering and, recycling, giving honor to. Like that's the best thing that you have going on in your life. But those are the biggest parts of your life is your struggles. When the biggest parts of your life should be how you overcame. That issue should be what defines you. It should never be your struggles that define you. Your struggles were catalysts into you being the greatest version of yourself that you may be standing in now. And every time that you go through something else, it's creating a greater version of you than the last version that you may previously have been in. Because while we're here, we're growing. We're evolving. So as soon as you complete one thing, something else is there. There's another life lesson for you to have, for you to go through. And so you're going to need that peace, that serenity. Because there's going to be something else that you're going to get passionate about. Something else that's going to motivate you. Something else that you're going to need to create a different type of foundation for. Because sometimes passions aren't always about your hobbies. Your passions can be about the things that you need to live in your full potential. The things that have to be available for you to be able to live in your fullest and greatest potential. Many of us need, just say for instance, even though, validation, external validation can be a tricky and slippery slope, some people need a certain healthy level. And I want to stress the word healthy. Some people need a certain healthy level of validation to feel appreciated for whatever they're offering. And there's nothing wrong with that. When it becomes a problem for you is when you expect that or seek that out in all areas of your life, or when you become over dependent on that, on external validation. That's when it's a problem. But there's nothing wrong with a person needing a healthy dose of external validation as, as confirmation that they are making a difference and that they are on the right path. We look for that external validation in signs and synchronicities. Like I said, if you look for that, if that's the only way that you're going to make moves in this life, that's unhealthy. You shouldn't always just have to wait on the signs and synchronicities. You should be able to trust yourself. So this is what this energy for this angel of serenity is giving me. It's what it's giving me, that spirit is giving me to share with you all. Why serenity is needed for whatever comes up and shows up for you that you become passionate about. Some of us may be developing new passions as we learn ourselves. That's a key thing. As we learn ourselves in the new versions that we are, we learn to see that those old passions no longer are relevant to us. They don't even fulfill us in the same way. Because now we're living in a different version of ourselves. So those passions are going to change. And so sometimes we need to learn how to, embrace the new passions that have developed and showed up for us. You may have, for example, may not have ever had the passion to be a parent. But now you're in the position, you're at the place where that is a passion of yours. You have a strong passion, a strong desire to be a parent. And if that's a desire of yours that may not have always been a desire, that passion is showing up for you for a reason. And spirit encourages you to follow those passions. That there's something connected to those passions that's divinely designed and guided for you. So there'll be never anything wrong with your passions changing. The spirit is asking for you to believe in all your heart that whatever you're passionate about is achievable and that it's worth it. The spirit wants you to find that peace, that calm, that serenity in your heart and in your actions. So that no matter what comes along that may be a trial or test your passions, test your journey towards your passion, no matter what comes along, spirit wants you to understand that you need to be reminded to stay in peace, to search for your own serenity. Because things are going to happen. Tests are going to happen. Trials and tribulations are going to show up for you. That's a part of the journey. But find your center. Find your place of peace. Find what it is that you need to calm your mind down, to replace those negative thoughts with something more positive, and to be able to let go of what you can't control, because that's a part of you finding peace. Some things you have to surrender. That angel surrender showed up. Some things you have to surrender. And understand that you have no control over it. That it's done. There's no changing it. This is what it is. And you have to be okay with surrendering that. So every angel that showed up during this reading, the angel of obstacles, the angel of passion, the angel of serenity, the angel of surrender, all of those angels are relevant to this message that Spirit wants you to have. You may have to let go of something. You may be finding new passions. You may be encountering obstacles. The Spirit is asking you, it's gently encouraging you, my butterflies, to go within and seek peace and serenity for yourself to continue on this journey, because you are on the right path. I want to give us all an affirmation, a grounding statement that we can use. I always like to give us something that we can use to bring ourselves back to center, something that we can use to retrain our brain, as I said, because sometimes, We may have grew up in environments or just have developed a habit to repeat negative things. So I want to give you all affirmations and things like that to help you to retrain your brain, to have something to replace that stuff with. To have you something that you can affirm that I'm okay. That everything is how it's meant to be, even if it's hard right now. Everything has its purpose. And these affirmations will help you to remember that and find your calm and peace. Remember the breathing. Remember how important breathing is. Breathing is going to help you to center yourself. Breathing is going to help you bring you back into the present moment. So don't forget to close those eyes and take those deep breaths and release. Don't forget to, when things happen, when those obstacles pop up, those trying times when you are, feeling yourself, on the outside of peace and serenity. As I said, breathe. Rub your hands together. Feel the texture of your pants. Feel the texture of something around you. Bring yourself back to the present moment. And use these affirmations when you feel yourself back in your body. The affirmation for today is going to be, when I move with serenity, everything flows in divine timing. It does, my butterflies. There is no need for you to chase inspiration. There's no need for you to chase your passions. You are the vessel of them. So you can trust that you don't have to work too hard, that you don't need to, to bulldoze your way or be, over aggressive or over assertive. You don't need to do any of that. Because you are the vessel for your passions. And your peace and your serenity lets you know that you're not worried about whether or not you're going to get them, because you know that's your divine right. Because you know you have put in the work. You know that you have the trust. And that's all you need. So trust that whatever fire that burns within you, it'll never burn out. In fact, it'll really only burn brighter with that peace and tranquility beside you. Always and forever. Know and believe that your inner fire and that inner calm, they both can live in harmony. This is the energy of harmonizing. This is the energy of temperance. Yeah, you have all this passion built up in you, but you have to moderate that passionate energy with some peace and tranquility. I hope you all have appreciated these messages and maybe someone found them to be helpful and beneficial, because they always help me to be able to connect with you all in the healing process as well. I have passions that I have to learn to, be more peaceful and tranquil about, to feel the calm about it and not be so worried about them and attached to it and letting my passions lead me to, overdoing or doing reckless things. So I can relate to these messages, and I hope they relate to you too, because my healing is your healing and your healing is mine. So let's transform together. Welcome to your metamorphosis, butterflies. And until next time, you all have a blessed, loved, and safe rest of your day.